welcome to Ruby on Rails 02pro.com. This is Hassan Mir. In this tutorial I'm going to talk about introduction to Ruby on Rails. So first let's talk about Ruby. It's a general purpose object-oriented language. It originated in Japan in mid 1990s. It's based on languages like Perl, Smalltalk, Eiffel, Ada and Lisp. It offers automatic memory management. The implementation of Ruby is written in C language. Now let's talk about Ruby on Rails. Rails is a web application framework for Ruby programming language. Okay, so Ruby on Rails is an open source framework. It's also known as just Rails or ROR. It is intended to be used with an agile development methodology. It's used for short client-driven projects. It was created in July 2004. What is an application development framework? A framework is simply a pre-written code that becomes the foundation of the actual application. Instead of reinventing the wheel, you borrow the pre-built components from the framework and build rest of the application on top of that. Let's talk about agile software development. Software development roadmap. Agile software development is simply a roadmap that allows for rapid delivery of high quality software. It also allows for rapid modification of the product with changing customers' need. So let's talk about application building tools. What tools are required to build a web-based application? In order to build a web-based application, you need a framework, a web server, a database system, and an object relational mapping library. Let's talk about the framework. We know that framework is simply a set of pre-written code. This code forms the foundation of the application. You use the framework to build the application so that you don't have to start from zero. You borrow the components of the framework and build your application on top of that. Let's talk about database system. Database system is simply a software that manages the data. Web application communicates with the database to retrieve and store data. Let's talk about a web server. Web server is simply a software that runs your application. It listens to the request from client's browser and sends the web pages back to the browser, both static and dynamic. Dynamic web pages are created on the fly based on some scripting language, in this case Ruby language. Let's talk about object relational mapping library. The mapping library is used to simplify access to the database. The library converts database records into objects. Most web applications use object relational libraries these days. So instead of writing SQL commands to retrieve data from the database, you can simply create objects from the database records, and you can refer to that object to retrieve the information. Okay, so let's talk about components of Rails. Rails offer all of this as built-in components. Rails is not only an application framework, it also includes a built-in database, built-in web server, and a built-in object relational mapping library. Okay, these are the components of Rails. The framework that comes with Rails is called Action Pack Framework. Database that's built into Rails is called SQLite 3 database. It has bundled HTTP server working as a web server. Object relational library that comes with Rails is known as Active Record Library. Beside these four components, Rails also include tool scripts. You can use tool script to manage your web applications. For more tutorials on Ruby on Rails, you can visit my website rubyonrails02pro.com.